If you are looking for a job in Denmark and you don't quite know where to start, then I got you. In this video, I am going to go over, first of all, some of the practical things about job search in Denmark. Then we're going to go over a little bit of mindset, a little bit of the more cultural aspects of the job search, and then at the end of the video, I will give you some more strategic tips and ideas of how to actually approach your job search in Denmark. If you don't already know me, I am Diana Lund Nostrom and I am your career coach in Denmark. I help international professionals find jobs and find a good balance with themselves in Denmark. So for me, it's really important to balance both who you are as a person with your job search and with the job you find, because we don't want to find just any job. We want to find the job that makes you happy. So let's dive into practicalities. Let's start with your CV. 3 small things that can get you quite a long way is that in Denmark, a CV should be 2, max 3 pages long. This is important because we want to be quick to look through, but also detailed enough to be accurate and be relevant, have all of the relevant information in there. Then we would like to have results. So what results did you actually, so not just your skills or the tasks you did, but what results did you create and how can it benefit the company that you are applying for now? So actually motivate each and every CV to the specific company that you're applying and the specific role that you're applying for. And then the last thing I'm going to mention in this video about it is have a profile text at the top of your CV. After the personal information, you'll have your profile text, which is 5 to 8 lines. Then if you want to know more about how to what to put in your CV, then look at the video. I'll put a card somewhere up here. The next thing is your cover letter. So your cover letter, which is still very used in Denmark, I would say less and less, but still quite a lot of companies will ask you to have a cover letter. And in my opinion, if they say that you can add a cover letter if you like, I would do the cover letter, because then you have extra opportunity to actually wow them. For the cover letter, it's really, really important that it's not just a elaboration of your CV. Your cover letter should be about what value you can bring the company. It's more about them and what you can bring them than it is about you. And then another thing that's really important is that a cover letter is max 1 page, and also make it readable. Use headlines, sub-headlines like that through the cover letter. The next thing that's really important in Denmark is your LinkedIn profile. There's about 3 million active workers in the Danish workforce. There's a bit more than, I think it's 3.1 or 3.2 million active LinkedIn users in Denmark. So LinkedIn and networking is extremely important here. And the same goes for your LinkedIn, is you need to kind of motivate it to what you're looking for. So look forward with your LinkedIn profile. It's not just a static CV. Be active on the profile, connect with people, comment on people's posts. Use it as a search engine, meaning that remember to use a lot of keywords that are relevant for the things that you would like to do. Because recruiters, when they're looking for people, they use this, right? They use the LinkedIn platform as a search engine. So the more you can kind of give them of interesting search word synonyms, the more likely you are to show up for relevant searches on the kind of job that you would like to have. Then, of course, we're also going to have a little bit of a chat about job portals, because we already mentioned LinkedIn. Really important. I would say if you're only going into 2 different job portals in Denmark, I would choose LinkedIn, and then I would choose Job Index. Job Index is Denmark's biggest job portal. It has about 80% of all of the jobs posted in Denmark. Other places that it can be valuable for you to look would be the hub.io. It is tech jobs, mainly, not all of them. Just be aware to look. A lot of places it can be they're looking for intern or unpaid positions, so make sure to kind of look at that. You can also go into the website Work in Denmark. And then of course the last one is jobnet.dk, which is the kind of governmental site. And then talking of practicalities, of course, work permits, CPR number, NemID, MitID, which is kind of our authentication for logging into official government sites and stuff like that, is super important. So that is something that you need to also research. You can go into newtodenmark.dk or nyidanmark.dk. I'll link it below in the descriptions as well, but here there's really a lot of amazing information for you as well on these websites to kind of figure out all of the things you need to do. I don't know anything about work permits, visas, all of that. I know a lot about job search in Denmark, and feel free to reach out to me about that. And I'll link my booking links and stuff in the description as well. But all of the visa stuff is not me, but I can refer you to someone. Let's dive into the second part of this video, which is about culture and mindset. One thing is that that you can see it in our CV, the way that we like to do our CV, our cover letters and that stuff, it's different. But especially here in Denmark, we have a very, very flat structure in our companies. And that means that it's okay to say hi to everyone, no matter the level in the company. We're on a first name basis, even with our boss and the CEOs. It's not like yes ma'am, no ma'am. And that, I know that can be hard to adjust to for some cultures, but it's about trust and feeling relaxed and feeling that it's nice to be there. We want people to like being at work. It's all about finding that job that you love, where you actually like going. It's not just a job to have a job. It's a job because it's such a big part of your life. It should be something you enjoy doing and something that's fun and interesting, right? So that's why like the flat structure, the first name basis, and the trust is so important, because there's, in general, in Denmark's, in Danish society, there's a high level of trust between people. When you go to a cafe and you're like, oh, to the person next to you that you don't know, you're just, hey, can you just look after my computer while I go to the restroom real quick, or go grab my coffee or something like that. It's like, yeah, of course I can, sure. Trust is very important in Danish society in general, but especially also in the workplace. So if you say something, we trust that what you're saying is true. We also work a lot in teams, meaning that it's really important that you can work in teams and that you welcome that you'll be in a team, and that teamwork is important. It's one of the things that they'll look at a job interview session as well. Do they think that you're the right cultural fit into the team and into the company? So that whole working in a team and being able to say, I'm part of a team who did something, and maybe not be, oh, I did this all on my own, I created these results. No, that's part of a group effort most of the time. So it's okay to brag about your group results, but we don't really like people standing out too much. So don't be overconfident when you present yourself. Be humble and let your results speak for themselves when you are looking for jobs in Denmark. Another thing you've probably heard of, and one of the reasons I see a lot of internationals wanting to move to Denmark, is work-life balance. The work-life balance is great, because with the trust and the work-life balance, also a lot of people at a professional level will also have the freedom to say, well, my kid has something today at school that I need to attend, so I'll meet in at 11, but I'll work those hours at a different time. So they'll do some hours in the evening at some point instead, or something like that. So you're more in control and can kind of balance that out. You're also expected to be proactive, not pushy, but proactive. Meaning that, for example, in meetings, you're expected to speak up when something happens, when your boss asks, are there anyone who has any ideas, any input for this? If you have any, then speak up, let them know. It's not seen as a negative, it's seen as a positive. The same with, if you're done with your task, you're expected to either start on the next task on your own, or at least reach out and say, hey, I'm done with this task now, what should I start on next? And then the last thing, which is really, really important, is timeliness. So in Denmark, we are very timely, meaning we show up on time. So if a meeting starts at 9, we'll be there maybe 5 minutes to 9. We are very, very strict with our time, and you will experience that most meeting will start whether you're there or not. So if you're late, then you're the one missing out. And a lot of times it's actually seen as disrespectful to not be there on time, because it's seen as you wasting other people's time. Before we jump to the strategic part of the video, I want to let you know that about 90% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. But if you want me to make even more videos, interview some amazing people, I'm working on getting recruiters from some of the bigger companies in Denmark on here to interview, then subscribe, help me out, because the bigger the channel, the more people watching, the more likely people are to say yes to being interviewed for the channel. So do me and yourself a solid and subscribe. Let's dive into the tips and tricks. One of the most important, like really most important things in Denmark is networking. This goes when you have a job, when you don't have a job. Getting a job is, even if it's a posted job, it might be the fact that you have network that helps you get the job. So even though it goes through a normal process of applications, interviewing, all of that, the fact that you had someone vouch for you already gives you points in that process. So you're more likely to actually get the job. So even if you're not in Denmark yet, I do encourage you to network. You can do that through LinkedIn. So start connecting with people, start interacting with people in a respectful, interested way. Networking is never about actually asking for a job. Networking is about being curious, gaining information, getting to know people. So a lot of companies will ask their own employees before they post a job and say, hey, do you know anyone who can do this job, because we're looking for someone. Then another thing that too few people do, and this even Danes, is to follow up. So remember, follow up on applications, follow up on networking, coffee meetings, all of this. Follow up with a thank you, follow up with an additional question. Do the follow up, because we want to be top of mind with people. We also want to customize our application. So I mentioned this shortly previously. Make sure that you tailor every single one of your applications to the specific company and position you're applying for. This will make you stand out, because it makes it so much easier for them to see you in the position, and it makes it much more likely for you to actually get an interview. And then of course, prepare for why Denmark. You're probably going to be asked this. Why Denmark? You can even let me know in the comments, why do you want to work in Denmark? I would love to know that. It's a valid question, especially if you're not in Denmark yet. People are already in Denmark. It might be that they moved here with a spouse, or they've been living here for X amount of years and they like the country, all of that. But if you're not here yet, then why do you want to move to Denmark? What's the attraction for this? And then the last thing is, use the resources available. You're already here on my YouTube channel, so you're already looking into what resources are here. Go to my website, careerconsultant.dk. You will find articles there as well. But also reach out to me. I might be the right career consultant for you to help you along the way, or I might know the person who can help you. Whether it's visa or it's career consulting, I don't help everybody, because I'm not the right fit for everybody. But maybe I know someone who can help you if I can't. So reach out, look to the Facebook groups, look to the LinkedIn groups, follow people, connect with people, because we are all here. We really want to help you guys, especially when we're working as career consultant in the international market in Denmark. We want to help you guys find your next amazing job in Denmark.